He said we need to not pick on the light-skinned brothers or the mixed brothers. It's the dark-skinned ones that have done the most cooning. So I ask you, my good dark-skinned brother, what does cooning mean to you?
The podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, y'all? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Yacht Boys.
Yacht Boys in effect.
The Podical Sons. Let's start this show.
Let's start the show.
Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All of that.
All platforms, all streaming platforms possible. YouTube, you can see us. Spotify as well.
Right.
On our website, podicalsons.com as well. And every single social platform. Except for Periscope. We're not on there.
And listen. And if you're looking for good music this summer, look out for the Suns Yacht Boys playlist.
The Yacht Boys playlist.
Coming to a playlist near you.
Yes, before the end of summer.
Before the end of summer, we'll have it all. We'll have it all fit together.
As you can see, I'm in my Yacht Boy apparel.
I'm in the ocean blue, man. This
blue.
is what we're rocking today. It's the Yacht Boys today.
Yo, every time when we talk about some stuff to kind of bring you back in time to that moment and breezy hair music, can you put like the 80s theme, like, on a boat behind?
For a second, I thought you was going to ask for like the waves crashing. The waves crashing against the yacht. Because, we can do some stuff. We can make it work. We can make it work, bro. We can throw the ocean in the background. All of that.
Suddenly, life has no meaning to me. Yo, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
How you feeling, man? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you too, brother.
Thank you. Actually,
you know what? I actually just want to tell you that you're doing a hell of a job as a father, man.
Likewise,
I'm proud of you, brother.
Man.
I'm proud of you.
Likewise.
All right, man.
Thank you. Yes, man. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do fathers need more respect from society?
I mean, we do. I mean, we couldn't even get our own mental health month.
I thought
keep it a buck.
At a time and stuff, I thought everything kind of fell in place of November.
Okay.
Because at a time when the prostate cancer awareness, International Men's Month,
right,
was in November,
right.
So I thought in that time frame they dealt with the mental health issues,
which would have been a smart move,
right?
It would have been a smart move.
It got shifted to July because I'd be okay with as a man. Y'all finally catering to us in November. We're like, great, we didn't forget you. We put the women
right
in the first quarter.
Right,
we got you in the last quarter.
We got you near Christmas. You might get socks and socks.
Right? But I'm like, I feel like to me, fathers still need more respect than what they get now. Because I look at it as, again, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I want to say, and I'm not discrediting women, and I think a lot of women feel slighted.
Yeah.
When I do speak about how fathers get overlooked. But I'm looking at stuff as like, let's say, for example, on the Mother's Day.
Right.
You might even buy like maybe some flowers or some candy or something like that for a woman that is not your mother, just to show that you care because she was like a mother figure to you.
Right.
The father figures do not get that treatment.
They don't.
They don't. That's part of the reason why I would say.
Well, I mean, listen, I mean, our viewing audience, let's be honest. Let's be honest right now. We know we're not here on Father's Day. How many advertisements have you seen catering to fathers versus leading up to Mother's Day? Versus leading up to Mother's Day.
A lot.
That alone should tell you what it is.
I think it's so funny where, like, let's say the school system in America, some schools, they're kind of out before June.
Yeah, okay.
So most of those grade school kids are probably accustomed to making Mother's Day cards.
Right.
And when it comes to Father's Day, they're probably already out of school.
Right. Okay.
So they're not even really looked at like that.
Yeah.
But in Canada, there's no excuse here.
There's no excuse here in Canada. I mean, all my kids are out of grade school, which would be elementary, within the U.S. So they no longer make cards for anyone. So but I used to relish getting the Father's Day card because it was one of the few things that I got.
I think that's the dope thing and stuff, whatever. Because I get them, right? I got one and stuff, and I think it meant so more because like I'm looking like the letters are all over the place.
Right.
Ah, kids.
Yeah, the attempt is there, so you're glad for the attempt.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, oh, kids. And I remember I saw this Best Buy commercial, and that was the only one that kind of said that it kind of made it applicable somewhat to a father to take the fathers for extra money because I feel like they want every dad to use tools, lawn shit.
Yeah.
And they got the fathers with this appliance. So it was the father had like this ugly mug.
Yeah.
Like his kids made it.
Yeah.
It said #1 dad on there. And it was oddly shaped.
Okay.
Right?
It was unique.
It was unique.
It was unique.
That was one of a kind.
One of a kind.
The man walked around in Best Buy and stuff, whatever, was putting the mug to like different fridges. Wouldn't fit.
Right.
Wouldn't fit.
Right.
The first fridge that he found that it can fit fully.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That was it.
Because he's not giving up his Father's Day mug.
Of course, man.
His kids are probably grown as shit by now.
Probably.
But he still cherishes it.
Yeah, no. We appreciate it. We're the unsung heroes more time.
Facts. Okay. Let's get to the polls, man.
All right, let's get to them.
First poll of the week says, is wanting to fit in a bad thing? We spoke about it on last episode.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be fun to poll it. And what do you think the audience said and the participants?
I'm gonna say they said yes, it's a bad thing.
You are correct. Yes, it is at 88%.
Did we got any secret DMs to fill us in on why they kind of suggesting? Every now and then we'll get one of the twos. Let us know.
I see one is on the no side.
On the no side.
On the one on the no side and stuff, whatever. I seen it and I get it, whatever, because they're saying like these things are circumstantial and stuff, whatever. One, but a lot of people feel like some people might sell their soul to do whatever it takes to kind of fit in. And then some people and stuff, they probably just do like a smaller type of change.
Yeah.
That's kind of minuscule to them.
Yeah.
Why they end up making the change.
Right.
And so the person was a woman and she was saying in grade school, she used to be like more of an emo goth type of chick.
Okay.
Right? And the minute she started wearing black lipstick and black eyeliner and stuff like that, small, subtle change in her world, she's still Nirvana, 9 Inch Nails, and all that type of stuff to the core, and everything Papa Roach.
Yeah.
But she's like, the minute she wore like lip balm and didn't wear the black eyeliner, she just boosted up. They like, oh, are you in the cheerleading squad? Are you this and that? She's like, I've been here at this school.
Yeah. Now you know it's me. Yeah.
Right. So it's now like, oh, and now she can fit into a new group by just not doing that. And it's kind of like, it wasn't a shade off her back because when she went around those people in those groups, she's like, well, I listened to this, and some of them might listen to a 1-2 track. When you think they would be more of a Britney, Jessica Simpson, NSYNC type.
Listen, let me address my camera. For those who said yes, if you ever code switched at work, guess what?
Whoa.
Guess what? If you ever code switch, period, guess what? You're fitting in. You're doing something to fit in. I'll leave it at that.
I code switch.
I code switch. I code switch.
I definitely code switch at work for a fact. Because I think, like, let's say this. The way how I speak on the podcast is how I normally speak.
Right.
And I would speak with, like, sometimes with profanity because it probably help get the point across more.
Yeah.
I'm a hyperbolist.
Yeah.
Right? Coming from a black man that works in a hospital setting, I don't feel like black people have taken over enough for our language to kind of be looked at as okay and not a problem.
Accepted. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. Nah, the first ever real job that I got, one of the employees was basically telling me, said, listen, man, we like you. You're one of us. But the reason why we hired you is because you can code switch. Because, there's people that's not like us. And I'm like, that's been my story all my life, man. Throughout high school, throughout, just addressing certain people. We live in a multicultural society, and not everybody is going to be your elk. Right. So you got to learn the code switch to fit in. So I'm saying all of those who said, yay, that is a problem. No, at some point, if you code switched, you're fitting in.
I think, so let me ask you this. To the people that have not called themselves code switching, would they be more on the yes side or the no side? Because if they're code switching now, right?
Right.
They're doing it to fit in.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, on the no side, that could be semi-applicable. Then hear me out.
Okay.
I look at it stuff as where, say somebody makes a statement like, I code switch because no one can understand me.
Right.
Right? Let's say if, I don't know, like some people, they come from different places and they have an accent and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if they take the time and close their door in their house and try to enunciate certain type of things more to like the Western world.
Right.
That's just the overall acceptance for them, like to kind of fit in here.
Right.
Would that really still be considered wanting to fit in, or just a survival kind of thing? Because some people do it for survival purpose and stuff.
But guess what, though? Sometimes your survival purpose requires you fitting in.
To look like one of them and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes for you to survive, you got to be one of them.
Mm.
And when I look at it from the no perspective,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, if you do not have to code switch,
mm-hmm.
that means then you're already amongst your tribe, and then you don't have to worry about fitting in.
What does belonging mean to you?
Belonging means to me where I'm not only accepted,
mm-hmm.
but I'm valued for who I am.
Gotcha. And then, so I guess fitting in would be just more just accepted.
Fitting in would just be more accepted.
I think more people want to be fit in than belonging, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel like deep down inside, everybody wants to like have the belonging aspect, but I just feel like fitting in might just be good enough for certain people.
I think some people don't even want the belonging aspect.
Yeah.
I think some people don't want the pressures of having to do what they need to do. You know what I mean? Like, we always talk about, like, for instance, let me go back to the conversation that we previously had about being an individual piece, right? And not copying others. Like, if you look at the world as, or even, we don't even have to look at it as the world. Let's look at it as our local surroundings, as a puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
To complete that entire picture, every piece is unique, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to be like somebody else, if you're trying to copy that piece, there's only one space for that. And then once that one space is taken, you can't really fit in. There's already somebody playing that role. When there's an empty space that needs to be filled, that can only be filled by your true self.
That's fair. I can see that.
Right? So as long as we, it's okay to, you to want to fit in, but I think the most important thing is not to lose yourself while fitting in.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. It was good. Okay.
What was the numbers? I know they said yes. What was the numbers like?
Oh, 88.
88.
88% said yes. And 12% said no, it's not.
Okay.
We do have a 50-50 split for the next one, though. Would you sacrifice your dreams for love?
I was watching that poll. I seen it at 50-50, and I was wondering if it was going to I wonder if it was going to shift from there. No.
Tell me.
I sacrificed my dreams for love.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Love for who? Your wife?
Love for my wife. Let me put it this way. Because not everybody is going to be married. Not everybody is going to... I'm going to say love for that one person that's going to help you get through life.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think so. I feel like I could be a 50-50 toss up and stuff, whatever, too.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. I see why it's 50-50.
But I feel like I would give yes, because I would feel like I think the fulfillment within me is more greater than an attachment to somebody. And I say it like that because I feel like you have to be like, I heard a friend's mother say this. So said friend's father is no longer here. And his mother said, and I was like, oh, I told her I'm working on myself to, to be whole and stuff like that, whatever. And then she said to me, she said, I would never be whole again because my husband is in a grave. And she's like, two halves make a whole, and I will never be whole again and stuff, whatever. So you don't worry about focus about trying to be complete by yourself.
Right.
Right? But I look at it stuff as where if I know that much more of myself, as long as like how far I've come in life, if I'm that much more sure of myself, my things and everything that I do, I don't really have to move. And it's weird. It's like I can stand still in a weird perspective. And shit just comes to me. So it's kind of like I was chasing things and it's just kind of not yet further and further away, but it was like, it's close enough, but I can't catch it.
Right. But as soon as you stop chasing it,
it's like it just kind of gravitates and makes its way and stuff to me.
Totally different story.
Right. So I look at it stuff as like, if I'm more focused on that aspect, like, because I want to say one of my dreams for myself and stuff is kind of sage out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm going to choose to be a sage or choose to be love and stuff, whatever, I would love to be a sage with a woman.
Yeah.
But if she don't get it, I'm still going to be this.
When I thought about it, I was like, it's good to fulfill your dreams. That no doubt about that.
Without a doubt.
It's good to fulfill your dreams, but sometimes you want to be able to share your dreams with somebody.
That part.
That's the part, right?
That's the part.
Yeah.
Women can't live with them, can't live without them. They're going to come for me.
They're going to come for you. Don't come for him. It's Father's Day. Well, I mean, it's going to drop on the Tuesday. It's going to be like, it's Tuesday.
When you
Father's
listen
Day
to
was
this, always
2
listening
days, 2
to
days
this
ago.
episode within Father's Day's time frame. Have a heart.
Have a heart.
To a single father.
Have a heart for the Yacht boys.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, man. I understand certain people.
Yeah,
I get it.
I know. I get it. I can, like I said, I can see why it's a 50-50 split.
It was a tough one.
Yeah.
All right. Let's on to this Father's Day podcast. Anything on your mind? Anything you would like to talk about?
No, man. I'm just happy that I woke up. I got a lot of the Father's Day text messages, the calls, and so forth like that, and just it's. Like I said, sometimes it's like an unsung hero role, but this is the one day that you get your flowers, and I think men should just relish in it. Right. Men who are fathers, at least, and their fathers expected to be, and if your father has passed, it's time to reflect what he may pass down onto you, and and sometimes it may not be a good thing that he passed down to you, but at least it may be something that you learn from to make you better. So look at these things as life lessons, man. Look at these things as life lessons. And they are the reason why you are here, without a doubt.
I know a guy, his father died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay.
His father was a heavy drinker.
Right.
And with that in mind, I think he said like first and last time he's ever drank anything, it's probably like 17, 18 at a party. Because he saw his father and stuff been drinking his life away and stuff from like, let's say he was probably coherent to it. Probably like say 8, 9.
8, 9, okay.
8, 9 years old, and his father passed when he was in his 20s.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And when he was like 17, he went to a party, had a little drink, kind of just held on to it. He said, I don't understand. This is what my father goes crazy and goes nuts about because it tastes kind of different.
Yeah.
And to this day, he's a man of 50 years old and stuff, and he still doesn't drink alcohol.
See?
So it was a lesson that like he saw his father just drink away his life and stuff and like stupid to it was the cause of him passing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Where he learned this lesson and stuff, and he's like, he's not fucking with no kind of alcohol.
Right.
Like even if he goes to a New Year's party, it's either a mocktail or it's soda.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, then I would like to talk to you about the latest and the greatest speaker on the net, Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar said dark-skinned brothers that look like him,
okay,
similar to us, has been doing the most cooning in the past few years. You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear this one.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't hear this one.
I think he was on Vlad or something like Vlad.
Okay.
When he said it, and he went off. He said, we need to not pick on the light-skinned brothers or the mixed brothers. It's the dark-skinned ones that have done the most cooning. So I ask you, my good dark-skinned brother, what does cooning mean to you?
I mean, cooning can mean a lot of things.
So, okay, give me a lot of things. Give me your meaning, and then give me a lot of things.
Well, hey, listen, going back to that whole fit in argument.
Black people are cooning.
If you're trying to fit in with the white crowd, sometimes black people may
they consider code switching cooning.
Sometimes people might consider that cooning, just like you said.
I feel like, okay, wait, tell me. So what's your definition of cooning?
So my definition of cooning is putting your race aside to fit in or win favors with another race.
Okay. My definition of cooning would be to entertain another race that's not your own. Just basically just to entertain.
Okay.
So I want to say like, even just to like to entertain a conversation.
Right.
Or just, say if I had hair like that or whatever, they're like, oh, can we touch your hair? And you allow them to touch your hair? That's cooning. To me.
Okay.
Because that look like you're entertaining this idea of theirs that it's okay to just touch people's hair.
Okay, so what about this, right? Would you still consider it cooning if you spoke to someone who's outside of your race, right? But you didn't have to code switch. They understand you well enough and you brought them into you. Because when I look at that
if I brought them into me, that's not cooning.
Okay, so when I look at the feel your hair example, I'm like, okay, I'm a black man with black hair. If I let you feel my black hair, then you understand what it is for black people to have hair like this. Because you, as a white person, touching my hair, you'll never be able to feel this texture on a white person.
I would say you have to be close enough to me for me to be comfortable and I give you consent to touch me. Because if I don't know you from nowhere,
right,
and we just met in first glance, no.
Yeah. You still have to give consent.
But I would look at it stuff as like, even if like my non-black friends and stuff that I have, a lot of them are going on like years and stuff like that. So if they're like, oh, Marv, I want to touch your beard or I want to touch this, whatever, depends on the person.
Right.
I would let them.
Okay.
Because I know for a fact there's nothing else I do around them that be considered like kind of code switching or cooning.
Yeah.
And it's more of an educational kind of thing and stuff, that time.
Yeah.
If I didn't know you from Adam, I don't give a fuck who you are, black or white.
Or white.
I
was just about to say that. Like, if I don't know you from Adam, I don't care
regardless
what color you are, regardless. Because boundaries.
If I had hair like that and I got my hair braided up and everything, so I'm like, oh, I love the intricate design and stuff, and it was a black person. What the fuck you doing? Don't touch my shit. I don't know where your hands been.
Straight.
Just like that.
Just like
so
that.
I just look at it stuff as like, I don't consider, if I know you for a good amount of like time and it's more of an educational kind of conversation.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I'm not cooning by allowing you to touch my hair
that's
or
what I'm
something
saying,
like
because
that.
they'll
Whatever.
never know what a texture of a black person's
But
hair
some people
feels
are
like.
allowing them and stuff. You're like, oh my gosh, welcome to the office. Oh, I just love your hair. You don't know the person.
No, you don't know the person.
And you allow them to touch and lean back and be like, yo, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're my personal space.
Right.
I didn't give you consent.
Yeah.
Let these motherfuckers know.
I'm feeling like a coon right now.
You let them touch you up?
I'm feeling like a coon right now.
Cue the yacht rock, the black yacht rock. Say you, not me. This guy.
Woo!
And I want to say, like, it's kind of like, even if you, I'm not even making an excuse for you, but I'm looking like, you live and learn. You know, if you know better, you do better now.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Because you look at it, stuff is like, we've had a whole pandemic pass and stuff. Like, say you had locks and stuff again and everything like that, right?
Right.
And non-black people want to touch up your locks and stuff, whatever. You gotta know. Some motherfuckers out here is not washing their hands.
No, 100%.
They're not clean peoples and stuff like that or pose up.
Yeah.
I seen people and stuff like, I saw a guy like legit do that, the whole snot thing the other day with his hand. And they did this, whatever, and then answer his phone. I was like, ugh. And when I seen him, and then he looked at me, I was like, wash your hands. And then he just walked away because he's on the phone. He's like, oh shit, he didn't think I saw him. Dirty ass. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, do I feel like dark-skinned dudes or brothers are doing the most cooning? I do feel like the ones that are publicized quite often are of the darker tone and the darker hue. I want to say the few that do look like they're from like they could be possible mixed themselves.
Yeah.
Would you really consider cooning if like they might be possibly
I'm thinking about it, and maybe what we're actually witnessing is those who are
snow bunnies.
Those who are light skinned, right, and are either part of a mixed race. Maybe they're just wanting to be as accepted as black as possible, so they stray away from anything that might even be considered sort of cooning. When those of us of a darker complexion be like, y'all already know I'm black.
Can't hide it.
I can't hide it. So if I'm out here doing what I need to do, or doing whatever to do, so what?
So what?
But we always hear about light-skinned people or mixed race people trying to fit in.
Yeah.
Right? That's them trying to fit in with the black culture. When we speak about fitting in.
Yeah, I always, and my heart always goes out to like the biracial people, like the biracial children and stuff, especially because I look at it stuff as the identity thing. Like especially we live in times where we actually can say identity politics.
Right.
I don't really like that word, but it's kind of like you can't forget. Like you want to pay homage to both sides.
Yeah.
Like I look at stuff as where, let's say, if I don't know, if my mom was Filipino or something like that and my father was black, I would want to at least dance in both worlds. Not for the sake of anybody else, but for the sake of like, I want belonging.
Belonging.
Because these are my mother's peoples. This is how they cook in their culture. This is how they act, and this is how I would like that.
Listen, going back to Dr. Umar, I read a post not too long ago where a biracial woman commented and said that her father, who was black, left out of the picture when she was like very, very, very young, like maybe still in her baby stages. And all she knows was her Italian side of the family. And after her mother married an Italian man. So all her siblings are full-blown Italian. She says when she goes to the function, she's the only biracial person there. She has no idea of her black culture. She says she's been looking for it. But because of her other side of the family, there's no one else like her. She feels almost like not to say they're doing it on purpose, but she feels
Slighted.
She feels like an outcast. And it's like, damn, nobody ever really looks at that side of the equation of,
the biracial children.
Mixed parenthood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I always feel sorry for them of that aspect and stuff too. Like, there's so many factors and stuff. I am not, right? And I'm not saying it like, oh, thank God, but it's a situation where, like, I sympathize with them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even like, so I had a friend in middle school, and for the life of me, I thought he was black.
Okay.
Right? So one day he's like, yo, you want to come? Like, he didn't live too far from like where we lived. He's like, yo, you want to come through and stuff, whatever? Play some Nintendo 64. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And when I went there and stuff, whatever, it's like a full like Latin culture. So I didn't see his mom at the time, right? I didn't see his mom because I was like middle school or something like that. And I want to say, looking at him, I just took him as a regular black dude.
Okay.
Then his mom came in, and his mom she was stunning.
Yeah.
But she was more of like a Latino woman that would look fair, like white.
Right.
Right? So I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, I'm doing one of these and like, are you adopted? And then like he's like, no. And then when I saw the pops come in, I was like, oh, I get it.
You get it.
So he takes more of the pops features,
right,
with the mom's tone,
right,
okay. With that biracial mixed tone. Cause I just looking for a light skinned dude,
yeah,
right. And his pops, I think, if I'm not mistaken and stuff, was Haitian. Mom is Dominican,
okay,
right. And same island, by the way.
Island.
But I look at it stuff as where the mom, I think, the quick bio, basically like the mom and stuff. She used to work in in Haiti.
Yeah.
At a time when she was younger.
Right.
And she met the pops and stuff, and the pops was like some kind of like field worker and stuff like that. And they ended up getting married and stuff, and they just flew. They left the country.
Okay.
And they ended up in Florida, Miami. And then they made a way and stuff for themselves and everything like that. But I just looked, I was like, oh, so you got a little bit of this in you, you got a little bit of that in you and everything like that. And he's like, well, when he goes around his father's side of the family, they're like, he's not black enough. When he goes on his mom's side,
see,
El Negro. Like, you know?
Yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Just for showing up.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for this.
Nah.
So yeah, I get it. Let's talk about your NBA. We were just talking about slightly about the
NBA.
WNBA. Silence, sir.
Toronto Tings. Tings. You gotta sing with that. Tings.
Like a metal sign. Ting, ting, tings. Yo.
Toronto Tings.
Yo, with the new generation of the WNBA,
yeah,
are you watching more or less nowadays?
I'm watching more. Yeah.
What changed for you?
You know what? It's the excitement, and it's so funny because it's not like I've watched, a whole bunch of women basketball games before, but I think, and we spoke about this before, I think what kind of drew me to actual women basketball is that unlike men's NBA, it's not really flashy. It's not really, super athletic to the point. It's really fundamentals. And I can enjoy something that is like really bare bone fundamentals, especially when the fundamentals is working well. Listen, man, I'll give you a joke about this. When I was in high school playing, I was on the badminton basketball team, right?
Okay.
And it was the majority of us on the team were all brothers. There might have been maybe 2 or 3 white dudes, right?
Right.
We played this one team, and I don't know if they were like a prep school or something in that similar degree, right? Where they might have been uniform, but it looked straight structured, right? Almost the entire team was Asian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking over there and we're like, look at these guys. Man, they can't hold us, man. We're gonna school them, this, that, and the third. So anyway, when the tip-off happened, listen.
White for it.
And nothing
Crikey.
flashy. Sound fundamental basketball, what these guys were playing. Anything that a coach could coach you, they took it, they absorbed it, nothing out of the order. They didn't add nothing to the mix. Us, we spicing it. We adding a little something here and there.
We are now, like especially we. But I feel like now that's the way of the league.
Yeah.
So this is what you'll see, because I look at it stuff as where everything is kind of like it was more speed. Let's say in Jordan's time, Jordan Dominique time, the 85 zone.
Right.
It was more speed. I want to say in Dr. J and Wilt Chamberlain time, it was height.
Yes.
Right.
That's why the Senators dominated so much back in that era.
Right.
Right.
And I feel like now it's shooters.
Shooters are dominating right now.
Shooters.
That's why you got centers on the outside shooting.
You got center shooting and stuff like that, right? I feel like you can still have, let's say, even for example, shooters in today's time.
In today's time, yes.
The big guys and stuff like the centers and stuff back then, and now two different type of centers.
Two different type of centers.
The speed people and stuff, whatever, now they come like sporadic.
Yeah.
You might have, everybody has like decent amount of speed, but I want to say like, to say a full court press, I don't think that anybody's blowing past anybody to that extent and stuff like that. Like I even, like shout out to Luka, aka Master Doncic, because he be schooling them niggas. But Luka has this kind of ability where you're going to be on his back and then he's going to spin or do a move and you're going to be behind him.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And I look at it stuff as where that's athleticism.
Yes.
I feel like a good portion of them today have that.
Right.
And the shooting capabilities and stuff for them. The speed, no. Because, okay, Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Joker has speed.
No, he doesn't have speed.
He has athleticism.
Yes.
And he can shoot.
Fundamentals.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like the fundamental aspect, when you just, I think it's dope when you can get the ball movement and it don't touch the court.
Oh,
and no one's moving, and then you still make the point.
Bro, you ever seen a fast break like that? Where there's no dribble? It's just like the 3-man weave, go to the basket. Come on. That's a thing of beauty.
That's what coaches even practice for, right? If you don't have no time to dribble, we need to make sure you have your eyes open to get the ball.
Going back to the centers, it's funny that what you say, because now it's not unusual to see like the center get the pass from the inbound and dribble the ball up the court. Back in Jordan's time and before that, the center didn't even touch the ball. The center is after the other team scored, the center's main thing was to run all his way as fast as he can and get underneath the basket on the end of the court and wait for the rest of the team to come.
Shaquille O'Neal.
That was it.
Yeah. Back to the women though. I feel like the fundamental aspects you're talking about, I feel like it was there. It probably took an exit right before Sue Bird left.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
I feel like the same way you had those women, let's say even the guys, let's say the same way you had those guys and stuff that kind of came up watching Iverson doing crossovers and stuff like that, you have women that are balling their ass off. Like I remember when UConn went to run like for winning a whole season undefeated and coming back and winning some shit, whatever.
Right.
That was in time of like the crossover times.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it stuff as where, these women are seeing more of the ball handle movement.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to have like straight handles to do all of that type of stuff, whatever, right?
Correct.
So I feel like the fundamentals still kind of just went out the window.
Yeah.
For some of it, because I still feel like when I'm watching a game, they will come for me. I don't feel like the skill level is matching yet.
Okay.
So I feel like,
but would you say the skill level, or is it for you? Is it the physicality, right? Because let's say there was no physicality at all involved, right? And no athleticism at all, just based on fundamentals. Do you think a women's team could hang with a men's team?
No, you need Sabrinas.
You need Sabrinas.
You need Sabrinas. You need the Caitlin Clark types and stuff, whatever.
Right,
These shooters
right,
that can do a little movement and stuff like that, whatever.
right.
5 of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
5 of them, yes. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at a team, right?
Right.
How many of them are you getting like that and stuff on the team?
Okay.
Like on the WNBA team that I've seen and stuff,
Okay.
whatever. Now, change my mind. Like, you know, I don't watch, maybe I don't watch enough games.
It would be interesting because I remember, I think it was the women's soccer team.
Right.
Who played the men's under-17 team.
Yeah, I heard.
And got destroyed by the men's under-17 team.
Right.
Right? So again, there's still a fundamental, and I don't know if it was just a physicality thing, why they got dominated, or if it was a fundamental thing.
But the easiest thing I think is to say the physicality and stuff, whatever, right?
It's easy to.
But I look at it stuff as like you have tall, I want to say tall, goofy ass dudes,
right,
that don't have the athleticism and stuff, whatever, to perform.
This is true.
Like some other players, whatever, right? Like, I want to say, if we're putting everything on height, Taco Fall should be a GOAT.
Yes.
And he's not.
Right.
Right? Because he has all this height, but doesn't have the athleticism or the skill.
Versus somebody like Wembley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not really more of a gender thing for me.
Right.
It's more of a, I'm going to say gender because there's 2 genders and they're going to fight me and come for me. I was going to say like, wait, should I be clean? I was like, no, I'm sensitive to everybody, but I'm looking at stuff as like, this is what I believe in. You have whatever you believe in, and that be that. But I feel like, okay, someone like a Asia Wilson, a Sabrina, you know, kind of Caitlin Clark. I still feel like I like how she plays.
Yeah.
But it's not like mind blowing compared to like a Asia Wilson. When I see Asia on the court and stuff like that, I look excited to see what she might do.
Right.
Skill.
Right. Skill. Yeah.
Right? I look at certain people and stuff like that when I'm watching certain games, men and women.
Yeah.
When I'm watching the game, like, show me your skill. But if you're doing basic shit, whatever, I'm like, hey, man, I get more skill shit from the NBA that I've seen.
Then you see, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, maybe somebody will argue that like it's not publicized enough or the game's not seen or I'm not watching and everything like that. But I'm like, I'm not seeing no highlights on like women channels. So,
no.
I mean.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of the highlights that we look forward to is like, I mean, threes is become something special now. We could admit that it's taken over for dunks.
Threes?
Yeah. As far as.
An NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
listen, man.
We've seen a lot of dunks.
We've seen a lot of dunks.
We've seen a lot of dunks.
Yeah, but now we're in the era of threes where we're seeing big men hit threes, right?
Because what they call it, they call them paint threes. Like when you shoot from the half court mark and everything, like the emblem.
Right.
Like these are the things you're like, oh, and when they go in, it's something extra sweet.
Yeah, and at one point. You would get benched trying to shoot a 3 from that far. Now it's a part of a repertoire.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. but just going back to like the WNBA and stuff like that. When I was saying I was watching it for the whole skill aspect and more and nothing less than that. You know, I minus the exciting plays. I minus the individual skills over the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's happening now is that, you know, it's all about the excitement, I think, when you watch basketball, especially, right?
In general.
In general,
okay.
Right? But I think what's happening now is that from the college stage, we've seen the Sabrinas, we've seen the Caitlins, we've seen
the Angel
Race play with attitude.
Okay.
Whereas there may have been the attitude before in that arena, but we've never witnessed it. Now it's been put front and center to us. So now that it's been put front and center to us, it's like, oh shit. Women basketball is a little bit spicy.
I feel like it always been kind of spicy. I just felt like,
but they've never been really up front and center with it. You know what I mean? It's like
we're not living in social media times.
This is true.
Because I look at
this
it
is true
where
also.
things are getting publicized and stuff a lot more, and it's kind of like if it's seem like it might be problematic, or let's say this, if it looks like it might cause conflict or it might seem like conflict, people are honing into it.
Right.
I feel like, let's say if, for example, you and I was just probably like have a little mild argument here and start swinging.
Yeah.
The video might go viral and stuff before all the good quality episodes before us fighting on camera.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of times now it's kind of like, oh, is this a possible conflict?
Yeah.
Between these two teams?
Yeah.
Let us publicize it. That's when the WNBA had like, I think a brawl a few years ago. I was like, shit, they be scrapping?
Right.
But they publicized anything that might seem like conflict.
Right.
So with the Caitlin Clark and the Angel Reese thing, it seems like conflict. Let us publicize it.
Let us publicize it. And that in itself, because a lot of people who are now new fans of the WNBA do not know any other player.
The Angel Reese
and
Angel Reese Clark.
Because of the controversy.
Yeah. Good times. Shout
Toronto
out to lady.
Kings.
Shout out to Lady Draymond Green, aka Angel Reese. You look way better than it, but because even her point average and stuff is not phenomenal.
No.
I think like she might do like under 15 points a game.
Yeah.
Right? She's a playmaker.
And she embellishes the role of the enforcer.
She said, she
says, listen,
I will be that.
I will be that.
The conflict, the drama.
Yeah.
Watch up.
We're here for it. Toronto Kings. Just get me to announce. Get you to announce the game. Get me to announce the game.
Whose head is next on the chopping block? Jay-Z or Kanye West?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about Kanye and this Nikki Hilton thing with like Diddy and like she was there crying for 25.
But I think we're used to Kanye. We're not used to Jay-Z. So I think
so since Jay-Z's more fresh blood?
Yeah, I think Jay-Z's more fresh blood. And
interesting.
He's been at the top for a while, and people love downfalls, right?
Ooh, people line up to watch the Titanic sing.
People love downfalls, man. And it's like, some may think Kanye be unsinkable because this is not his first rodeo in controversy. But he still manages to hold his own and bounce back.
Is Kanye unsinkable?
Listen,
can you cancel Kanye?
We gotta have the argument, man.
Let's talk about it.
We gotta have the argument because people are anxiously waiting for his next record release after all the controversy that hit him.
Vultures.
Guy named this shit Vultures.
Can the world cancel Kanye?
I don't know. I don't think so, man.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, man.
Can the world cancel Jay-Z? He's attached to Beyonce, though.
He's attached to Beyonce, right?
And Beyonce is a icon. And I'm saying Jay's an icon, too.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where hip-hop is not loved and respected everywhere. Like I told you. It came to me the other day. I was at the radio. I was at work.
Right.
Heard one of the radio songs.
Right.
Remember I was talking about the Katy Perry had to cut the Juicy J verse off?
Yeah.
For the Dark Horse track?
Yeah.
It was another song and stuff, whatever. And I think Nicki Minaj was supposed to be rapping on some shit, whatever. The bang bang go to the room.
Okay, yeah.
Nicki had the only rapping verse on that bitch.
Right. Yeah.
So I
forgot she even rapped.
Right. See, you're so used to the version without her.
I forgot she even rapped.
And that's what I'm saying. Jay, his shit might not even be played everywhere. Beyonce shit would damn near be played everywhere.
Everywhere.
They'll cut the hip hop out, whatever.
Everywhere.
How do you cancel Jay-Z when he's attached to Beyonce?
Nah, I think he can. I think if it's
He can't
if
escape
it's
the cancel.
egregious enough, if they find anything on him and it's egregious enough, they will cancel him. Now it becomes an issue with what Beyonce is going to do, because she can either go down with the ship,
or she can get her life jacket.
or she can get herself a life jacket and paddle safely to shore.
What's that? Jack from Titanic, whatever. Beyonce get on this floating door and like you just deuces.
Get on the, you know what I mean? But
there's no room for you, Jay.
Even the last post, because he just did a performance for Tom Brady's, right?
Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z just did a performance for Tom Brady, and the argument was, you didn't do anything for the 50th anniversary of hip hop, where fans of hip hop who've only added to your success because they bought into the albums, they bought into who is Jay-Z.
The music first.
The music first
they
before
bought
anything else.
The merchandise.
Before anything else, right? You didn't do anything for them. But then you performed in front of, 80% of white people for Tom Brady, and they didn't even acknowledge, maybe one or two acknowledged that you were even on stage. The rest of them were just chatting amongst themselves. Where, that would have never happened at a 50th anniversary hip hop show. So, people are looking at it as, you're in that circle, but are you really fully respected within that circle? Or are you just loved because you're a moneymaker and you provide a set of income for people who are in that circle?
I don't know. Okay, what would you say about the Method Man situation, with Method Man saying he's not performing at Summer Jam anymore because that's not respected?
With Method Man?
Yeah.
I don't think he's done... See, if we look at between Method Man and Jay-Z,
okay,
I would say Jay-Z would have been more conducive to a younger crowd, simply because he's had more, I would say, more pop stuff. Even though it's hip hop, it's crossed over the pop barrier, right? For the youngins, for the youngins to be able to attach to it more than a Method Man.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So a lot of the Method Man stuff is like,
I feel like you have an entourage of Wu-Tang lovers.
Right.
That's one. And then when him and Redman have their run,
right,
that's another aspect. And then not include his own solo stuff.
But those are people who really are into hip hop. That's what I'm saying. When you look at Jay-Z, I look at Jay-Z as a Drake, whereas a lot of the Jay-Z stuff has crossed over.
Us? He's not like us? No.
A lot of his stuff has crossed over into the pop realm.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he has that crowd where a Method Man wouldn't. And Method Man has made that statement based upon his brand of hip hop is no longer relevant, or seems no longer relevant to a younger hip hop crowd. Where pop seems to just be, regardless of the age, pop seems to just be pop.
I thought so too, but then I look at it stuff as that it's time frame for me, because I look at it stuff as where they know of Jay-Z being this icon.
Yes.
Right? But the thing and stuff is that if you're one of these young lads and stuff that kind of come up here and you think you're the shit, bitch, you a fart. Like, Ice Spice and Jay-Z are nowhere, especially before the same league.
Nothing close.
They just shared like hip hop title.
Yes.
But the lyric game and lyric content, and they're no different universes.
Not way different universes.
Different universes, but that's what I'm saying. They will still rock more to an Ice Spice because it's more conducive to their time.
Right.
Right? I feel like Jay, like it wasn't, but I feel like the Tom Brady thing, it was the age frame that was saving him. When the people were making a noise.
Right.
Because I feel like you're there for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So that means you must have been a Tom Brady fan since what? When did Tom win, I think 2002? Was their first Super Bowl?
Okay.
So I'm looking at stuff as like, at that time, Jay-Z was relevant.
Yeah.
So, not even like saying he wasn't relevant, but it's like, his shit was still flowing as brand new music.
Right.
And even though Tom Brady stopped, guess what? JC also stopped as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like like the Tom Brady crowd, Jay-Z doing, like, I agree with you with the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had a nice dominant run where you could probably sell gold albums,
Mm-hmm.
a gold album and stuff whatever in hip hop, you should have did something for the 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah.
At least gold. So that's not including the people who sell platinum. That's not including people who sold diamond.
No, if you did that, if you hit gold numbers, then yes.
You should be doing something for hip hop.
Yes. Because in order for you to hit that standard, hip hop had embraced you.
Yes.
Yeah, hip hop had embraced you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, and is there any other takers besides Jay-Z and Kanye that might be on that possibly might be on a chopping block?
I think everybody right now is more on a Jay-Z watch.
Right.
But then I was looking at stuff.
But like, I think because his is more a closer association to Puffy more than anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
But then everybody else is still attached to those parties. Still attached to the take that, still attached to like being amongst them. From like the Russell Simmons and Diddy, you see that. The Russell Simmons and the Usher, you can see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these things are not far off from each other. Like even, like shout out to Jaguar Wright, even though I don't know why I'm saying shout out to Jaguar Wright, but Jaguar Wright, like in her theories and all that type of stuff, she'll show you like there's like 6 degrees of separation, like real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Rihanna got like she allegedly, she's like Rihanna got herpes from Jay-Z when he brought her over at a young age. Yeah. She gave it to Chris Brown,
and that's why Chris Brown freaked out.
Yeah. So I was looking like, is it true? like,
because now you guys, because I see some dude say this, it's like sometimes you don't want to believe it, but there's that 0.00000000001% of chance that it could possibly be true. And because there's that 0.000000001, you can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
I just feel like Ye, because I feel like they've been trying to get Ye, but Ye might be that nuclear roach that can survive
He's
like
the
Holocaust.
Roach. He's the nuclear roach, man.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy. Ye's a Terminator.
It is. It is.
I wanted to ask you. Let's get to the question of the week. Let's just jump to the question of the week. Question of the week says, what could we do as people to make the world a better place?
I think first and foremost, take care of our individual selves and be the best person that we could possibly be.
Do you feel that in today's time we don't tend to do these things?
I think a lot of us don't tend to do it.
Why?
I think social media is part of the problem. Again, going back to people wanting to be someone else because they see them being portrayed as a success story.
So it's coming back to the fitting.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Rather than trying to be somebody else, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Be the best person that you could possibly be. And guess what? There's a puzzle that's missing a piece that you can fill. And I think if everybody plays their part and the world will be a better place.
Yeah. I like your answer. I don't want to piggyback that, but I would say communication takes courage. Because I realize and stuff, everybody's not like me.
Yeah.
Right? And I have no problem talking damn near anywhere.
Right.
Right? I always look at stuff like, you ever see one of those memes where like they're talking about the Marvel thing when they had Captain America like hemmed up in the elevator with all the shield agents and stuff, whatever. Yes. I'm like, that's me. Like, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say regardless.
Regardless.
It's gonna piss off somebody, but I'm gonna say that. Some people do not have that courage to communicate whatever. Some people would not choose to get canceled, would not choose to be confronted or get a conflict and stuff towards them. because they'll take their communication. Some
Yeah.
people would choose to sit there in front of a quote unquote toxic, temperamental, chaotic person,
Right.
not tell them what's right for them or what they should be doing or what's the right thing to do, and just sit there and just sit in their mode and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, no, if you even communicated those words and I want to say, if you took courage to communicate them, and no one really actually knows what the right thing is to say.
Yeah.
But I think it's the way how things are said.
Things are said. Yeah. Yeah. That's just it's funny you should say that. I used that the other day. I was speaking to someone. I used the example about what your mom would tell you, how if you feel that your tone is not going to be taken in a certain way, type it. Type
in
it.
Caps?
Not in caps. That's angry typing.
Who declared this shit?
I don't know. But just type it, because you really can't get an attitude from being... Oh, sorry. When I say type it, be concise and clear to the point with no additives, because you can get tone from additives.
You can
get tone from additives.
You can.
But
Court stenographers will get a lot of people locked up and harassed.
Right.
Because like their shit has no additives.
Yes.
He was with the woman. No, the whole scenario could have been like, let me hit that. No, in front of people. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. He repeatedly asked her for sex. She said no. She told him to stop. Jail?
Yeah.
A good time.
This is true.
As you were.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's just like I said, how you convey the message is sometimes more important than the message itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100. I don't know. Like, I feel like we don't communicate that much, and it's so beautiful. I want to say this week at work, there's a patient, Cantonese. I want to say Cantonese.
Okay.
She doesn't speak a lick of English.
Okay.
She's the GOAT.
Let me hear why she's a GOAT.
She has her phone on deck.
Yeah.
And she spoke her language into her phone.
Yeah.
I was like, she fanned me out. She said, yeah.
Right.
So I stopped. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. She spoke her language. Ding, ding. It translated. You smell very good. So I was like, so I put the phone. I was like, thank you very much. It was like, shishi ni. I was like, it takes courage.
It takes courage. Yeah.
If we don't speak the same language, guess what? Obama said it before. Ain't no time like the present that we live in.
If there's a will, there's a way. She didn't let her speech barrier forbid her from communicating with Marv.
No.
She said, nah, I got translation software. I'm going to tell this dude that he smelled good. And so she did.
And she did. I was like, oh. I had too much to say to the phone. I was like, can I hug you? Can I get consent? Because God bless you?
Yeah.
Tell these other nurses to treat me special. And it'd be like, too much to translate. Too much to translate. Error.
Right.
404 code.
Yeah. Court stenographer. Yes, Rog.
But yeah, courage. As a reach one, teach one, we don't know each other like that. We might not be able to know everybody on the planet, but however, if we're able to communicate with them in a manner, hopefully they can understand and get. And inflection means a lot, because if I don't know the language, or I say I'm from another planet, and I come up to you or something, and I look different, you're already looking at me like possible hostile. Then I'm doing this and stuff, whatever. I'm like, you're looking like, yo, this guy, this thing wants some problems.
He wants some problems.
But I'm looking at him like, oh my gosh, the shirt. I love the shirt.
Right.
But you saw a hand and you don't understand.
Problems.
Oh, well. Let's heal the world. Let's make the world a better place.
That's it.
Shout out to Mikey. Let's get to the Ask the Sons.
Okay.
First Ask the Sons comes from OrangeJoe. If aliens ever came to the Earth, what I just say? If aliens ever came to the Earth, what would be a very awkward thing to explain? I love your clothes. No.
Why are you guys dressed? Why are you guys wearing clothes?
Like, aren't you hot? No, I think for me, if aliens ever came to Earth, what would be a very awkward thing to explain?
For me, I think it would be, why are we fighting amongst each other?
I was gonna say genocide.
Hmm.
I was gonna say the genocides, from the Holocaust to like genocides in different
Right.
places, like the Mongolian Empire
Right.
and everything. Why would you want to kill people or harm people that kind of look like you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That and possibly love.
Okay.
Because I always look
Talk
at stuff
about it, yeah.
like when it comes to love, I always look at stuff as like Family Feud shit. If you survey 100 people,
Yeah.
you're gonna have so many different answers and stuff. Whatever. Like, give me one word to describe love. One word.
Companionship.
I was gonna say peace. Because I feel like if it's true love, it doesn't cause problems, it causes peace.
Right.
It's peace. You're not always gonna love somebody, but you know for a fact that like this person has your peace and my peace or their peace and together, and they want a peaceful home, they want a peaceful relationship.
Okay.
That's still the overall end goal. And see, we're just 2 people out of the 100.
Out of the 100.
Right? So I feel like from person to person, if you ask everybody to explain, because you just asked me,
Right.
it will go in a different meaning. We might share something similar, we might share something different. So to explain that to a race, to be like, oh, well, and I forget what, I feel like it's Amsterdam, where they have the bridge where people put the locks on
Yeah.
to signify their love.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't do that in some places. They might just do it on a regular 1-2 fence.
Right.
But you kind of get the ideology from over there.
Yeah.
And some other people be like, why the fuck you putting a lock on a fence for? Because they won't understand the love.
They won't understand the love.
So much as explain to somebody who doesn't have no recollection of what they do in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
or, you know, or in this country, we explain, like in Jamaica, we might explain our love by jumping off a speaker box and landing to a woman's crotch. Be like, yo, I love her, you know?
I love her. Daga.
Daga. That. All right, next question comes from SuperCatMommy. What's a simple pleasure people commonly underestimate?
Quiet time.
Quiet time. Ooh. Ain't it?
Yeah.
I said feeling clean at the end of the day.
That too.
Because it's kind of like you probably done got some sweat in, you got to do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like you probably just like might just need the shower to kind of just make you feel better. Just watch the daily grit and grind.
Yesterday, after I came in after doing all that work, I hit the shower, and the first thing that I said to myself, I could just take a nap right now. I felt so relaxed after the shower. I was like, I could just relax.
Boss.
Yeah.
You preaching to the choir.
But quiet time, man. Even the like, come on, like how peaceful it is when you go for your walks.
Oh, it's a different kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's just a different kind of vibe and stuff for there. Because I feel like it's weird. Like I feel like from at work or I'm in front of a screen, I have to do shit.
Right.
I feel like if I have my laptop open and stuff, whatever, I have to do shit.
Right.
Like I'm always feel like I have to do something and stuff. And then when I go for a walk and like my own quiet time and stuff, whatever, I feel like I don't have to do anything.
But walk.
Yeah.
But walk. That's it.
Like I know like when the walk is done, I might have to come back and do shit, but I'm like, that break helped make a lot of things seem so much easier now.
Right.
Like when they say like, you know, if you're taking like an hour to work out, take a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
Like it those things and stuff go a longer way for the human body that I've seen, or my body that I've seen recently.
Now that you mentioned working out, I even say working out. I think that's very underrated, man. Listen, I'd have just started.
I've been jogging for years. I never got a jogger's high.
You never got a jogger's high?
I just fell in love with whatever song I was listening to.
Yeah.
But as soon as the song switched, like let's say they say jogger's high would kick in like in the 20-minute mark.
Right.
And if I'm go into some shit and the song kind of just switch like at the 25-minute mark and be like, my pace has changed.
For me, honestly, with like, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, when I'm at work, halfway through the day, if I'm not doing anything like that's conducive to the mind, I start to feel sluggish, right? And I'm just because my job consists of sitting most of the time, right?
Right.
So I'll start to feel sluggish. But within the last month or so, when I started, doing some like just some regular quick exercises in the morning, bro, I feel so energized at work, and I'm like, shit, I haven't done anything different. But started exercising.
Change the tone.
Changed it.
It changed the tone. Like you definitely need these things kind of shake up your tone and stuff, whatever. Like I think a lot of times another underestimated thing is that not the sediment lifestyle. Sediment lifestyle is a problem, but it's kind of like the monotony.
Yeah.
The monotony, the day in, the day out, doing the same damn thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The routine.
The routine. Like I think once you get out of that routine,
right,
it gives a whole nother type of perspective. Like I see a lot of people on stuff where like if they work like constant, then they just wait for that vacation to come along. And then when that vacation come along, you're not in the routine.
Right.
And now your body feels a whole lot different.
Mm-hmm.
Your state of mind is a lot different and stuff because you're not in the routine, the monotony, the day in, the day out and stuff. I think that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
Okay. We had the last question. Last question. Ask the Sons comes from PumpedUpKicks. What sounds cool in theory but messed up in practice? So I saw this question.
Okay.
And one thing came to mind and stuff, whatever, at the first time. And then I thought about it and stuff the other day when I was thinking about the question. I looked out the window. So the first thing that came to mind was a super big dick.
Okay.
It sounds good in theory, but in practice, not every chick will want to fuck you.
Right.
They're like, where you going with that? No, you're not gonna stretch me out and blah, blah, blah. Some of them like a challenge, but a constant type of thing, like I want to go in a relationship with you, like, no, your dick's too big. I'm sorry. That's one thing. The other thing I thought about, whatever, was flying fucking cars.
Okay.
I live in traffic now.
Yeah.
In the mornings.
Yeah.
And I live in traffic and stuff. And I was like, when is Minority Report coming out in real life? and I was asking that to myself the other day, but I was like, you know what? In theory, it sounds beautiful, but I'm like, we need same kind of regulations we have down here.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have an asshole thinking like, okay, if I'm flying at this altitude, if I go higher, I can go faster and fuck everybody else. No. In theory, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, before the first car even comes off the ground to be regulated to flight like that, they got to figure out the air traffic.
Yeah.
Right? Like even now with just all the planes that they say at any given moment, there's more than 1,000 planes in the sky. Right?
Yeah, I heard that.
And
on a Monday morning.
On a Monday morning. And it's so funny because I mean, I fly drones for a hobby and I went and I got the license. But just to even fly a drone, because before when it was just hobby purposes, a lot of these people were just flying their drones way out in the sky and then interrupting regular air traffic that's out there. So they figured, no, okay, if we're gonna allow these people to fly these things, whether for just professional business or just for hobby,
pleasure,
we got to give them some sort of rules because we've got traffic that's happening up there, right? So when I'm learning these rules, I'm like, damn, no, there's height restrictions for a purpose, right? So my drone, legally, I can't fly it over 400 feet.
Gotcha.
Because at 400 feet, I'm still below the regular air traffic, right? When I'm near an airport or places like that, I can't fly it at all because the regular traffic now is coming into that, when they're landing or taking off, they're within that zone. right? So I gotta be out of there completely, right? So once we start getting into flying cars, you gotta understand, no, it's still gotta be respected that you gotta share this space. And it's just like you're saying, we got a problem with people trying to share the road, much less trying to, share space in the sky.
In theory, a lot of things seem pretty on paper.
Yeah. I was gonna say skydiving.
Skydiving?
It seems cool. It seems, really bomb in theory to just jump out of an airplane. But I mean, some people just, just the height sickness. A lot of things can happen to you where you might not even thought about, right?
Oh, like pass out.
Like passing out.
Boss, there's this girl I know. She dated this guy. He was a real thrill seeker, but he was a stunt man.
Okay.
And in between, let's say, times and stuff, whatever, he was a skydiving instructor, and he did some what's that shit? Kind of like zip line teaching, shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And Barry.
Okay.
Whatever, right? So now I'm having a convo with the dude, and I said, like, how often, or like, do you guys have like a percentile on like shit going wrong in the sky? So
Right.
he's like, well, he tried to start coming to whisper shit. But
everything he was louder. Everybody to hear.
Everything he was louder about, except for when it came to that. And when he was telling me like there's still like a good percentage, I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of nope for me. So I'm cool on skydiving on that aspect.
Yeah.
The treetop shit, whatever, like the zip line and stuff for that, I was like, yeah, because he said the percentage for that is way lower from like snapping, because he said a lot of times they double, triple, quadruple check.
Right.
They do dummy tests and stuff, whatever, for these things, whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of like, he's saying, you have fuel, right? You take the plane up. Then you're going to say, you're going to open these parachutes open to a level to see if everything goes smooth and stuff down there. One, you can't open the parachute up from like the airplane level.
Right.
Because shit might get into the airplane and stuff, whatever, and fuck up some shit there. And then one, you need somebody or a switch or a mechanism to kind of time the depth of where you can press the release thing. So your practice is your damn self.
Yeah.
On the other hand and stuff, whatever, you can have other shit kind of practice for you, whatever. No me gusta. I'm okay on that.
I'm good.
I'm okay on that.
It looks good flying in the sky, but I'm all right.
All things is glitter is not gold. We are here at the end, man.
We're here?
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah, man, I like this Father's Day.
Yeah, nice little crisp and fresh and exciting.
That's it.
So say the Suns this week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So say the Suns. Let me see if I get like a fatherly figure kind of speech.
Yeah.
Let me stroke my beard a little bit more, and we're in there.
We're in.
So say the Suns this week says, a young branch can be straightened while an older branch could snap. So say the Suns. I feel like a lot of times when you come to times and stuff, especially when growing kids, especially as father,
right,
you should take the time and stuff to kind of shape them, mold them to where you might want them to go, or even a direction you might want them to go.
Right.
Because I want to say, when they get older, kind of get stuck in something.
Stuck in some ways,
it might be very hard.
It's hard.
Hard to shape it and change it. So say the Suns.
I mean, so what's that thing? It's hard to teach old dog new tricks.
Remember, all the women that call men dogs, all dogs go to heaven.
All of us go. All of us go. Especially the Yacht Boys.
The Yacht Boys is definitely
Yacht
there.
Boys is there. We surfing on clouds in our yacht and shit.
We are here, man. We are here. Thank you, man. We made it to the end. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. You guys getting us on a Tuesday. It was a good Father's Day. Oh, give a dad joke before we cut.
Give a dad joke? Okay. I got
whatever
one.
Comes to the dome.
I got one. And this one is probably gonna be for the real fathers. If you're younger, if you I want to say the fathers above maybe 35, 40. If you're younger, you might not get this.
He an old ass father when he want to explain some shit before he said some shit. As you were, father.
What do you call a woman playing with herself on the top of the house?
I don't know.
Fiddler on the roof.
Yeah, we have to be older for that.
You gotta be older for that one.
One of my favorite ones is, I know you're in the R. Kelly sex cult. Once you're in, you're in. Once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above. We are here. We'll be back next week again for another awesome episode.
Before we go, listen, man. Special shout out to a friend of the show, P Creatives. You might have seen, the logo on the beginning of the shows and everything. Yeah, I mean, he's been real good with just hitting us up with gear. I'm wearing the mental hygiene shirt. So this is one of the products that he has now selling on the website.
Yippers.
We'll put up links on our website, also in the description of the show, whether you're watching it on YouTube or you're listening it to on one of the Spotify or iTunes platform. I'm wearing it because it's Men's Mental Health Month. Let's not forget that.
Lest we forget.
And it's worth us being able to recognize that, like I said, sometimes we go unsung.
Mm-hmm.
So today's a day that we're being recognized. I'm glad for that. And I just want to wear the shirt to help bring awareness and also to the good works that P Creatives is doing. So shout out to P Creatives, mental health, and
Once again, folks, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace. And listen out for the Yacht Boyz, playlist. It's coming. It's coming to you. As soon as Marv gets the joints together, we'll let you know.
All right. Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.